Joey Scoleri, also known as Joey Vendetta to some people who listen to the radio, and various members of Interpol. Welcome to Canada House tonight. We're celebrating Canadian music, and it's pretty amazing to see all these faces here. I know so many people in this place, and I've been in LA 18 years, and to see people that have moved here and people that I've known for many years in Canada, in my career in Canada, it's really heartwarming to see the success that you've all achieved here. And we have some great performers tonight. Someone that I've known for a long time, Chantal Kreviazuk, who is just an incredible performer. And I remember seeing her for the first time right when she got signed, and she performed in a church in Toronto as her showcase, and I never heard of her. And she just sat there on the piano and just absolutely blew me away. And we have a couple of great upcoming bands, just more great Canadian talent, Yukon Blonde and In-Flight Safety, who will be performing for us tonight. And without further ado, I'm gonna introduce my lovely co-host here, who, another person that I met when she moved to LA, and she came here to make it like so many Canadians do. And then I'm watching and she was so nice, and I knew her from Canada and Much Music and stuff. And then I'm watching television, which I generally only watch sports, but I'm watching television and I'm flipping around and I see this show on Fox and she's on it. I'm like, wait a second, that's Hannah. And I was just so happy for her, and it just blew me away. So she of course was a very successful VJ in Canada at Much Music, and I promise that I will, now that you're successful, stop hounding you on Tinder. So I promise I won't do that anymore. And she's one of the few people that I know who has both Master P's home phone number and Zoe Deschanel's home phone number. Let's hear it for Hannah Simone, everybody.
Thanks, Joey. I actually feel like we may have met at this party.
Yeah, I've been coming here a long time. I gotta say, by the way, let's give it up for James and company, who have the best food of anybody that's ever run this place. They've really stepped it up as far as the production goes and the food and everything. But yeah, I think I met you here the first time.
Too. That was one of the first Canadian events that I went to when I moved to LA, and those people are still the squad I run with now, 5 years later, which is so cool. It's a full circle moment now to be back here and hosting it. Anyway, so we're here to talk about Canadian music and the Grammys, and it's been a really great year for our Canadians at the Grammys this year. We've got 6 nominations.
Let's hear it for the Canadians. You got Drake. Dead Mouse. Not bad, right?
And Arcade Fire bringing it in with 2, which is very cool.
Yeah, let's hear it for the Canadians nominated for Grammys tonight. And the other thing I want to say too is there's a bunch of people here that we'll acknowledge them throughout the evening, but so many successful Canadians, and I was really impressed by all the people that have showed up. But somebody that I grew up in Toronto and just thought was so far ahead of the curve and just an amazing artist is here tonight. Let's hear it for Carol Pope. I love Carol Pope, and she's here tonight. And let's hear it for Alan Frew. I played his record. I played a lot of his records, I think called CanCon, but I played them because they were good though too. So.
Do we have Chin and Jetties here? Yeah. It's such a wide Canadian crowd. We have to show the neighbors that we're excited and proud about all the musical contributions.
Yes. How many of you are here live in Canada? Okay, how many of you live in the United States? All right, you should be rowdier because most of you were asked to leave Canada, right? If I'm not mistaken.
So we got Joshua Bartholomew in here.
Yeah.
Great. Stefan Macchio.
Yeah.
Woo. Sam Dunn, Scott McFadden, Pat Smear.
Let's hear it for Pat Smear. That's another good story. I know Pat's wife, Rebecca. We used to work in radio together. Rebecca moved here and was playing drums in a band, and then she's like, oh, I met this guy Pat, and then I went over and met him. I'm like, oh, he's a cool dude. And then she's like, yeah, he was in some band. And then I'm like, what band was he in? And she's like, the Germs. I'm like, I think I heard of them. And then he's like, oh yeah, he was also in this other band. I'm like, what band? He's like, oh, he was in Nirvana. I'm like, yeah, I definitely heard of them. So there's some other people here tonight that I want to definitely acknowledge, and we'll do that throughout the evening. But without further ado, we should welcome up the host for the evening, a very good friend of ours, who's done a fantastic job here. Ladies and gentlemen, the king of the castle, James Villeneuve.
The king of the castle.